Hey, welcome to my video. This is Coach Meg. Are you struggling to work out the right support for your parents? Are you wondering, should we take them to a nursing home? Or should we get a visiting caregiver who comes a couple of hours in the day or in the evening to help them to get ready for the day or to help them settle for the night or to keep them companion during the day, go on short trips, go to places like the Park Flower Garden or local events, or it could be a weekend away, right? So, whatever your concern could be, it could also be that maybe your parents are coming out of hospital. They've had major surgery, it could be a hip operation, it could be abdominal surgery, it could be eye surgery, it could be all sorts of things. But you may have a concern, what can we do to make sure that mom or dad, or both of them, are well cared for, well supported, so that we don't have to worry, so that you have peace of mind? And you could be thinking maybe we should just take them to a residential home or take them to a nursing home because there's a difference, right? Or you could take them to a supported living facility wherever you're watching this from. You could be watching from the States, Canada, United Kingdom, or Australia. What you need to do is this is what I highly recommend because I've got many years in healthcare. I've worked as a registered nurse and then I also worked in the community with the elderly. And so I've worked with different families, and now what I do is coach and facilitate and match families with the right person that would be ideal for you. Because it's something that I've done, so I understand what works and what doesn't work. And there's some great agencies out there wherever you are based. But this is the thing, you need to find what will work for your family. What are your parents really like? What is their bedtime? What do they like to do in the day? Are they active? Do they like to socialize? Or are they the type that just wants to socialize for a little bit and then have some time alone? They like to read, spend some quiet time alone. Or are they the type who wants to go every 3 months somewhere to Paris or just to wherever you want to, the holiday that is nearest to you? So every person is different. This is what I found. And by the way, my name is Meg, as I said at the beginning, and I help match families with the right caregiver. And not only that, work with you as a coach to look at what is the best option for you. Because many people don't know what options they have wherever you are based. You may not know what options are available to you because you are in a, how can I say it this way? It's a complex situation. You are in a situation that you probably didn't plan for, you didn't expect. And just by visiting mom or dad, because they live on their own, they're independent, they're happy, they've got their own little life going on, but you didn't realize how things are. Because this is the thing I found with parents sometimes, and rightly so. They don't always want their children to know they're feeling vulnerable, they're feeling like they can't cope, they can't manage. And everybody responds differently to this. Some people get really angry and they don't even want to work with caregivers, they don't want to work with an agency. Or if family, adult children, manage to organize the support they need, a caregiver who could be living or visiting caregiver, sometimes the family members just like, I don't want this, I hate this, I can't stand this, and they can be really difficult because they're not coping with the transition. And so you can imagine how hard it is for a caregiver, and sometimes some caregivers who haven't been prepared and planned for this, they can't cope and they walk away because even the best caregiver can only work in certain circumstances and situations. So this is the thing I'm going to talk about because I'm preparing a workshop for you. If you are ready and you are thinking about this, it may not even be now, maybe in the next 3 months, maybe in the next month, or it could be you need somebody now, like today, Coach Meg. So we're going to talk about that. In the workshop, I'm going to show you some things that are worth thinking about before you make a decision. Because I remember one of my elderly clients, he said, Meg, it's not that we can't find somebody, it's are we ready for the caregivers that will come? And that I thought that was really kind because not a lot of people think like that. And another family, the lady actually passed on later when I had already left. The family said, our mom is the kind of person who won't say when they're not happy with something. And that can be challenging. So you need somebody who's mature, somebody who can read between the lines, somebody who can pick up, oh, I think the lady or the gentleman is upset. So it's not an easy job for everybody, and you need people that are mature, somebody who's prepared. It's not just about the skill set, it's the maturity, the mindset, the way the person thinks that is the right person for you. So we're going to be doing a workshop, but if you need somebody like now, Coach Meg, I need somebody now. I just want to say this is part of the planning. You don't want to rush and just get anybody. You want to find the right person for your family, because it's not just your mom and dad, it's somebody that you as a family, adult children, somebody that you can work with, somebody that you can get along with, because they're different personalities. And sometimes I notice even adult children doing their own hiring, and they get it wrong a lot. I've worked with some families, and it's like they, they don't know what they're actually looking for. They assume because they've had a few carers or a few caregivers who came or worked with an agency, they don't quite understand who they need, because how they see their mom or dad is completely different how they'll relate with this stranger coming into their home, right? So I've got a coaching package for you actually, and it's not for everyone. It's for families who understand we need the right person and we don't want to waste time, and we need the right setup. Yes, because I did this for many years, and by the time I got to here where I decided I want to help more families, and if I'm just with one family, I can't help the other people who need my help, who need somebody who's got the expertise, the experience. So I decided I'll set up this company, which is more like an introduction. So the company does facilitating finding the right caregiver for you, but we also do the coaching aspect where you may decide, well, Meg, no, we still, we don't really want to go with the company. We want to do this by ourselves. So how can you help us? So I can still work with you. You don't have to get any of the services that I offer. So that is the coaching aspect where we'll do the risk assessment. Is your family actually ready for a caregiver? Because some families are not ready. Are your parents ready? Are they coping? How can you make sure that your parents are a part of the process? Because when they don't feel included, they won't like it. So it may even sound like it's a bit complex, but listen, it's really straightforward. At the end of the day, what you want is peace of mind. You want to know that mom or dad are being taken care of, or both of them, by the right person, and you can come hang out with mom or dad. It's really nice to see. It warms my heart when I see families that didn't get along, but now at this stage in their lives, their mom or dad is vulnerable. They decide, you know what, let's make things right. So you come round, instead of trying to fix everything around the house, which I highly recommend you don't do. You just have some coffee with mom or dad, or you go for a walk together, or you go and watch a movie, or you go and have a coffee, or you go and visit their friends, your mom and dad's friends, because it's really nice. You see, it's like roles are reversed. You are kind of like a semi parent to them, so you can get to know their friends now, and some of them you've probably known them anyway. Um, but it's really nice to see. You can actually make this a beautiful experience for all of you as a family. And you can include the grandchildren. I've seen so many different setups. It's really beautiful to see. And really warms my heart because I'm a family person. I love family. You can tell by this. And it's all sorts of cultures. And I remember one lady saying to me, English lady, she said, Meg, when I was working in China, because they were traveling around the world a lot with her husband, really nice family, really amazing lifestyle. They make their life work for them. She said, what I noticed is other cultures understand how to support their elderly parents, but sometimes us English people don't seem to understand how to do that. And so we had a really amazing time. I worked with them for some time, and later on I was supporting, their mom. It was such an amazing experience. So I picked up a lot on that. I did this for like 8 years, 7 years or something, and many other years in the NHS and private hospitals, Bupa. So when you get this right, it works really well. You feel good. You can go away on holiday. You can catch up or go back to school, right? Because you want to start another business, or you want to change your careers, because not all of us want to stay in the same jobs, right? Some of us want to switch careers. But if you know there's somebody kind and caring and supportive looking after your parents, your mom or dad, it's just like it's heaven on earth. I remember this client, they would go like every 3 months, they've gone to Spain, or they're in France, or They're somewhere in Egypt or somewhere because they knew they had peace of mind that their parent was in good hands. That's an amazing feeling to have, right? You can't pay enough money for that feeling. Because there are certain people, it's just in their nature to be kind, caring, attentive. And that's the key word. You want somebody who is attentive, and you don't always get that when you recruit anybody. So, my company, I must admit, is unique. My coaching is one of a kind. You won't find anybody who does it the way I do it because it's unique to me, my life experience, my skill set, my nature, my attitude, my value system. So if you're like, you know what, I'm going to take up this lady on her offer. We need somebody. I would like you to consider that I don't like to rush into this, but we will set you up, get you on on board. There's actually a waiting list because I like to give real value to my families that I work with, really support you in the best way possible. So get in touch with me. There'll be a link somewhere below, and we will get onto it. We'll initially have a short call, just so I understand what you need. We do some risk assessment and all that, and then for you to access the coaching and everything that I need to do. There's a rate, of course, because this is a company. There's some rates that need to be covered, so that will be set up, and yeah, I think it will be amazing. I'm looking for a certain type of family. There's certain people because I know from working in the field the kind of people that I can work with and my company can work with. We are not right for every family, and you may look and think, okay, yeah, it might not be for us. But I tell you what, if you've been listening so far, I appreciate you, and get in touch with me, and I'll get back to you within 24 hours. And yes, let's do this. Let's support your parents. Let's make sure you have peace of mind. Let's make sure when you go to work, you're not worried about, is my mom or dad okay? You have to put a camera because you're so scared. If you have to, perhaps. But yeah, get in touch with me and I'll speak to you soon.